Hey, what's going on, party people? This your man Griff, up late as always, about 11:30 tonight. What is this here? The 10th of I forgot the month. Oh, the 10th of December, 2020. I know people don't like to put dates on YouTube videos, but I don't care. So, I wanted to talk to y'all about the subject of, from my perspective, the signing companies versus direct. Working for them, working for a signing company or working direct. And I already know my perspective, and the way I'm looking at this is completely different from what you may already feel, what you might have been trained, whatever you're learning. Um, to start off, when it comes to working direct or with a signing company, to me, money is money. Because when my bill is due, it has nothing, it don't care whether it was from a direct company or a signing company. Now, I know some people are like, well, I don't feel like running around, and they may feel that there's more running around with signing companies versus going direct. That may be the case, may not be the case. So I just want to just talk to y'all, and just so you can understand, this is how I'm looking at it. When I hear the word direct, the first thing and this is just the way I was educated, you need to define the word. Okay. And what does direct mean to you? For most people, direct means working with a company without ever having to go through a signing company. That you never work with a signing company, you never deal with a signing company, meaning no snap docs, no signature closers, no signing solutions, no CX choice, no signature closers, um, none of them. You don't deal with any of them. You don't, your name ain't on there. You're not in their database. You're not getting text messages or emails. You only work directly with this company over here. That's all you do. To me, direct means a person contacted me directly, irregardless of whether I'm on a signing platform or not. Case in point, my very first notary assignment, I believe it was July 28th, 2018. It might have been the 27th, but somewhere up in there, I got a text message from Metropolitan Home Mortgage out in California. I can't even remember, to be honest, and I might have already been on SnapDocs. They contacted me directly via signingagents.com, which is the National Notary Association's website. That's where they have all the database, have all of the signing agents. That's how they contacted me. They didn't go through a signing company. I didn't have an agreement with them. They contacted me directly. So to me, that's being direct. You contact me directly, irregardless of what platforms I'm on. Some, excuse me, somehow you got my name, somehow you got my number, somehow you see my profile and you said, I want that guy. And I made $100. My very first signing was $100. I don't see where that's a bad thing. This company needed me. They're not in my area. They found me and said, can you come work for me for this one job? And I have never heard from them ever, ever, ever again. And probably won't. But that's okay. Because that was the door that opened up. I needed that opportunity. I needed that chance. I needed the opportunity to go forward and to do this thing, and they provided it. Now, for many people, and I think y'all will agree, when you decided to do this notary business, I don't think there was any of you. If it was, that's a rarity. But I don't think there was any of you who said, I want to be a notary. I want to get into this side hustle because I can go direct. all you thought about was, I can make the money. At some point, your mindset was money is money. At another point, it went from money is money to I'm only going to do direct money. And again, it may sound like I'm talking against being direct. I'm not. I'm saying, what is your purpose in being direct? Because I'm hearing people, and really not so much like now, but when I first started, I was hearing a lot of people saying, man, I'm tired of these signing companies. I need to go direct. But how long you been doing this, man? Man, I've been in this for like maybe a month. So you've been doing this a month and you need to go direct. And you haven't even really established yourself. So to me, again, looking at it from a business standpoint, why would I hire an inexperienced notary? Knowing how important these clients are to me, knowing that the average brand new notary only has $25,000 in, just making sure there's not a order. Okay, no order. How you barely got $25,000 in E&O insurance. You're just starting off, don't even have 50 signers under your belt, and you want to go direct because you say, well, my time is valuable. My time is valuable. And the thing is this, where can you go and make $75 to watch somebody sign a loan application? You can't. You get paid $75 just to watch somebody do a loan application. So I'm trying to understand, where is it that the signing companies are so evil? And I know people personally, they are direct and they're doing great at it. I know people who tried to go direct, they just didn't connect with that title company. I'm one of them. You just don't connect with the people. Sometimes I'll be honest, they look at me like, oh, it's a guy. I've had people like, they was, like, oh, you do notary? Oh, I thought only women did notary. I've had that, so it also depends on where you live and all of that. But here's my thing. Is going direct going to eliminate the issues that you have with the title company getting documents late and with customers giving you a hard time? Because if the title company, because some of these title companies are also doing signing services, and some of them have their own signing service. So I'm trying to figure out how going direct is going to exonerate you from ever going through any problems. Because that's what a lot of people have told me in the past, that, well, see, I go direct and I ain't got to run around like what you're doing. I go direct, I always get my documents on time. If I go direct, man, I ain't got problems with those customers. I don't have to worry about them signing companies doing this, that, and the other. I don't think that's the case, because I'm trying to say this in the right way, y'all, without making it seem like I'm putting down being direct. But I personally, at 3 years old, I get concerned when people talk something up to where like it's magical. Like, you do this and you are it. And and I mean, you think back with the real estate that collapsed, the .com, all of that stuff, people had this euphoria, started talking it up. If you do this, all you got to do is buy a house and flip it. And then next thing you know, bam, everything crashed and nobody had any kind of solid foundation. And what I'm getting at is, if you're going to be a notary, you really need to get good at the craft. And there are a lot of people who aren't good at the craft yet. They're okay at signing and stamping, but they're not really good at the craft. They don't have the patience to deal with customers. They don't present themselves professionally. If the signing company asks them to go do something, hey, can you go back and take document or do this for us. Well, how much you gonna pay me? You know, my time is valuable. So you're coming off like that, and I'm like, you're not taking this thing serious. So one of the other things that I was thinking about, and I'm sorry if the flow on this here is sort of like I'm just talking, okay? I'm just talking and just sort of getting this out. And feel free to comment and give me any feedback on this at all, how you think about it, what you think I'm saying. I don't expect too many likes about this subject, but in my mind, to me, there's a little bit more competition with direct. And the reason why I say that, if I'm direct and I got a client and I'm charging them $150 for each signing. Well, a good business practice that I hear that a lot of people teach to going direct is Earl comes along and says, hey, I was interested in being direct. The company says, well, you know, Earl, we got somebody already. We're paying them and they're doing a great job. So we really don't need anybody. They said, well, you know, never know. They might get sick or might, you know, go out of town and you might need somebody as a backup. Well, you know what? That's a good idea. You know, you're right, Earl. That might happen. So Earl says what? Hey, guess what? I'll do a couple of them for you for free. Okay, just so you can test me out to see if I do a good job and all of that. So Earl does about 3 or 5 of them for free. And then they say, well, you know what, Earl, we like to keep you in the wings over here just in case. So how much you gonna charge? Well, I'll charge you $50 less than what you're paying him or whoever. So now Earl done undercut you. So a business person is like, okay, well, Earl is doing a good job and his work is just as good as Griff, and I can save $50 a shot. Or they'll do this. Hey, Griff, you know what? You know, our business volume isn't what it used to be. How you feel about going down on your price? Would you be willing to take, you know, like maybe $25 less? Or, you know, they say maybe $50 less? In your mind, you're like, nah. At least that's what I'll be like, no. Why would I take that? What do you mean? I've been doing a good job. It's like, okay, thank you. The next thing you know, they're letting you go because they got Earl over here who will do it for 100. You're doing it for 150. Now, you say, well, no, you got to compete with the signing services. Yeah, well, competition is everywhere. But how many of you, when somebody sends out an order for $85, say, when you respond, I'll do it for less so that you could get the order? The order goes out to me and 15 other people, and you sit there and say, you know what? I'm going to do it for less. You're going to tell the signing company, I'm going to do this order for $70. That ain't happening. Nobody's going in the signing service realm. We don't undercut each other to say, pay me less and I'll do it. Most signing companies will be like, I don't know. But what happens? Most signing companies will say, when you click the button and just say, do you reject it? It says what? Pay too low. That's one of the options. Pay is too low. So the order comes in for 100 and it's, you know, a 45-minute drive or an hour drive for $100. You say, well, you know what? The distance too far. Okay, well, how much would you like to get paid for that distance? Can you pay me another $25? Sure. And then you get the order. But does that happen with the direct clients? Maybe, maybe not. The direct client, and you got a contract that says, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to pay you this amount of money. And unless you've already negotiated that you're going to get the 56 cents or 75 cents a mile, your fee is what it is. So what I'm trying to say in simple terms is that, one, if you're going to do this, you got to be good at it. You got to get good at it. And being direct is not the end all be all, because at the beginning, middle, and end of the day, what you want to do is make money. Now, I'm going to share with you how, when you're doing work for the signing companies, it's important to be good at doing this notarial work. I recently saw an order come in for Monday for 11 a.m. I can't do it because I already have a 12 p.m. book. So one of the things that I share with people all the time, all notaries, if you can't do the order, instead of just saying no, suggest a different time. The order came in for 11, and this is one of the spiels that I give, and please feel free to use it. Order comes in for me to do it at 11. I can't do it at 11. I'm have to, because I'm already booked at 12. There's no way I'm gonna be able to do the 11 and get to the 12. I said, I'm available at 10 a.m. because I'm already booked at noon. That's all I said in the statement. I'm available at 10 a.m. because I'm already booked at noon, or 12 p.m. noon. Sent that back. Maybe 10 minutes later, you've been assigned. Okay. When that happens, maybe they're telling me, oh, well, you just call the customer and figure out. They changed the time. Now, I'm not saying this is exclusive just to Griff. This could happen to anybody. If you play your game, your cards right. But what I'm saying is, why were they willing to change the time and give the order to me versus going with a signing agent who said, oh, I can do it at 11. And they don't have any conflicts, but I can do it at 11. But Griff says, I would like to, but I can't do it at 11. I can do it at 10. And then they turned around and made it work so that I could do it. To me, that's being direct. That is direct. That company said, oh yeah, we want him. Let's take it a step further. The title company who hires the signing company, let's say that title company sees my work and they like my work. They like the way I do it, and they've done the QC checks and asked the clients who I've worked with, hey, how do you like the notary that came out? Oh man, he was awesome. He was this, very polite, mannerism. He looked good. His beard was all nice. He had his nice little glasses. His little bald spot was all fluffed up and everything. He was tight. He was on point. They hear that enough about you when you put in a request or do a counter and say, hey, they be like, you know what? He's worth it. Now, again, building relationships. Because I'll be honest right now, I think a lot of notaries out there aren't doing enough to build relationships with the sources of income that they have coming in through these signing companies. By you building a good relationship, it will pay off. I just picked up an order tonight, and the order is for the 16th. Okay. I'm actually booked all the way out to the 28th already. I got an order on the 21st, order on the 28th. So this one came in for the 26th at 10 a.m. When I saw it, I was like, oh, I recognize the scheduler. Well, the scheduler is one of the ones who first got me really, really going. She gave me a chance and said, you know, I haven't worked with you, so I'm going to give you a shot. I said, okay, well, thank you. I did everything. Boom, boom, boom. She came back and said, hey, you know what? You did good. Don't worry. Anytime you decide you want to do a work, you click accept. It's yours. And no lie, with that company, I have done 78 closings with them. In my snap doc, that is the most that I've done. Then any other company close, the next one behind that is 68 with signature closers. So with that company that she was with, I've done 78. Now she's with a new company. I didn't know this. All of a sudden she switched over to a new company, and guess what? When I hit that button, guess who got picked? Because I developed a good relationship with her. Because the relationship is good with her, because I've done great work for her, anytime that she needed me to go out, anytime that she needed me, she couldn't pay me any extra, but I did the work anyway. She remembers that. So when she moved to a new company, guess who she picked when they said, that's what I'm talking about. So that's why I say money is money to me. To me, that's a direct pickup, because just imagine, had I been a slug, had I been going to the clients looking dirty, smelling dirty, being whatever, rushing them, trying to do my closings in 15 minutes. I know many of us have gone through different trainings and been shown, hey, this is how you get it done and ... But you got to evaluate the situation and realize that not every situation is ideal for the training scenario that you went through and that you took, that says this is how you do your closings. Not everyone works. Not every closing method works. And you have no flexibility. And next thing you know, you're making the customer feel uncomfortable. You're rushing them. You're making mistakes, so forth and so on. So had I been doing that, when my name popped up to say, I want this order, do you think she would have chose me? So that's why I'm saying it's nothing wrong with being direct. It's nothing wrong with being a signing service. The question is, are you, as the person who's doing the notary, are you going to do it correctly? That's the question. Are you going to do this thing correctly? If you are, then great. If you're not, then you know what? Maybe you need to bow out. But trying to you coming in, and I mean, I'm looking at some of these other videos online, and I'm sitting, like I said the other time, people only been doing this for 4 or 5 months and they're acting like they're an expert. I've been doing it for 2.5 years and I am nowhere near an expert. And you got folk out here who've been doing it much longer. Much longer. I'm 53. They've been doing it just 20 years shy of what I am. So they're the pros, in my opinion. And for somebody who's only been doing it for 5 months, 6 months, to like, hey, I'm giving you the real deal on it. No. You haven't experienced enough. You really have not experienced enough. One other thing. Some of the people out there who talk/teach about being direct also run signing services. So to me, a person who talks about or talks negatively about a signing service and say you should go direct, that's the best way to do this business is being direct. But then they turn around and have a signing service. That doesn't make sense to me. If signing services are bad for you, then why are you starting one and trying to make money off of having a signing service? That's the part that doesn't make sense to me. But there are people out there that I've come across, they're like, yeah, I started a signing service. It's bad enough that you got people who started signing services and they're not even a notary. They don't even understand the industry. And now you got people who are talking against signing services, but then they go and start one And then they're trying to recruit people to being a part of their signing service, a notary that they can call on. But yet they themselves is like, well, I'm going to be direct. I'm working direct for this company, for that company, for that company. And because of their direct connection, which is good, they're like, well, if you got so much work, I can get other notaries to come in for you. I got contacts with other notaries, and now they done turned into a signing service. I mean, that's like a beautician saying she doesn't like paying booth rental, so she opens up her own business and then turns around and says, hey, y'all can booth rent for me. I thought booth rental was bad. Well, it's bad for me. It's bad for me to pay booth rental fees. It's not bad for me to collect them. It's bad for me to get signing service money, but it's not bad for me to be a signing service and get the money. That's why I say, I know this topic is not exciting, is not pop, but I'm just trying to think through this. You got a little bit more competition with direct. Somebody can undercut you and say, I'm going to provide you the same service as Griff, but it's going to be it's going to be $50 less. And then if Griff doesn't want to drop his prices, we let Griff go and we go on to pick up this person. We pick Earl up, and Earl now is our notary until somebody comes and says, hey, whatever Earl is you paying Earl, I can do it for less. Well, we're paying Earl 100. Well, I'll take 90. So now from that perspective, the price go down. And I know this isn't indicative to all signing companies. I know, direct clients, and I know not everybody's doing that. Okay. But that is how people are taught to get with a direct client, an escrow client, by offering free services. With the signing companies, we ain't offering nothing free. You put the order out for 85. Hey, can I get 90? Can I get 100? We're not countering saying, hey, look, I'm going to do the first 6 orders for you for free. You're not doing that. You're not telling Signature Closers or any company on SnapDocs, you're going to do the first few orders for free. It doesn't even give you that option. You said, I'm available. Or here's these other, there's a thing that might say other, and then you put in there, I'll do it for free. I almost want to do that. I almost want to do that with a company who's doing especially when it's a low ball, and say they offering 50 or 60 bucks for a refinance. Say, I'll do it for free. Try that. Somebody try that and see what happens. So I'm not saying signing services are bad. I'm not saying going direct is bad. All I'm saying is look at your situation, evaluate what the kind of money you want to bring in, and if you can get, the money that you want, then you'll be good. So, case in point, I'm full time with this. Just this month alone, I've done 32 closings in 10 days. So this is the 10th of, whatever this is, the 10th of December. I've done 32 closings for a total of $3,122. That's how much I've earned this month in 10 days. I have an outstanding that I'm going to be doing of $1,315 for a total of $4,437. Now, if a direct client can provide me that, I'm good. But I don't know if they can. I don't know if that particular direct client has that type of volume to give me 32 closings in 10 days. And then the question is, how many clients do I need to have? How many direct clients do I need in order to have that type of volume? Will the direct client allow me to have my signing service business? Will it allow me to do signing service stuff along with them, because what if I get an order to do a refinance that is 5 properties, and they're like, well, we need you here at 8 o'clock. Well, my client, I already accepted this order last week for today at 8 o'clock. Well, we need you here because you said you was going to be working for us directly. So you're going to have to reschedule or tell them something, but you need to be here. And then you're like, okay. And let's just say you're able to reschedule it. So you reschedule it for 11 o'clock. For whatever reason, at 8 o'clock, the doc's not ready for your direct client. Then you get the docs ready. The customer's like, oh, I didn't realize we had cash. I had to bring cash to close. I got to run to the bank. But the bank don't open till 9:30. So now you wait. So now it is after 9:30, you're waiting for them to come back with the check. And then they're like, oh, we're going to be late anyway. So my thing is this. It doesn't exonerate you. It doesn't stop there. It doesn't make it to where being direct eliminates those problems. So now you're sitting there in the office at 10 o'clock, knowing you done asked them to say, let's move this to 11 o'clock because of the scheduling conflict. And they're like, at 10:30, here comes the people. Okay, yeah, we're ready to assign. You already know there's no way you're going to get there at 11. And then the couple that's coming to your direct client to sign, they want to read the docs. They want to read every single one. They got 15 questions per page. And basically, it's going to take about 2.5 hours to go through this. Signing company's not going to be too pleased with you. The customers that you was going to be signing with not going to be pleased with you because you didn't show up. That's the reality. That can happen. And I know nobody is talking about it, and everybody's like, well, no, that doesn't. And that's what makes me concerned, because if this euphoria of, oh, no, everything is good, no problems, this, that, and the other. Once you go direct, you will never have a problem again. Nothing will ever be a problem. Your glass of eggnog will always be full. Go direct. And you will always have a glass of eggnog. Again, I don't see it. And if I'm wrong, I stand corrected. But I know I've been around just enough to know that when people talk about certain things in certain ways, you need to be leery of them. Just like with the network marketing, Amway and Shackley and Prime America. It's not that those companies weren't good. It's not that people didn't make money. But when they talk about it as if by signing up with this company, it's going to be the end all, cure all, be all for everything in your life. And I'm like, I don't think so. So once people tell me, well, yeah, once I go direct, I ain't going to have these problems anymore. Are you sure? Because, I mean, are you sure? Because I don't see the memo that says going direct cures everything. I don't see it that says working with signing companies puts you in the grave early. So, like I said, y'all, I'm just talking tonight. I'm not trying to be funny, maybe I am, but I'm just like, I mean, you're just sort of getting an inside look at how I talk to myself to try to figure something out, because I'm trying to understand, okay, is this worth pursuing? Going direct. And how is this affect me? Okay. Now, if you're a person who has issues with the running around that you have to do, if you're looking to go direct so you can just sit in the office all day, I get it. But I'm not trying. I'm not trying to be in a situation where I'm an employee, because I'll be honest, that's my concern, that I will be treated like an employee with the direct client. I mean, I'm trying to run a business. So as a business, you look to take advantage of every opportunity you can to make money. And most businesses diversify. You don't put all your eggs in one basket. You see, so that's what I'm talking about. I don't see how just doing all signing service or just doing all direct can make things work. Can be the cure. Do the hybrid, do some signing service, do some direct. But then the question is, will the direct client be okay with you doing signing service? Signing service don't care whether you do direct, because they're not holding your feet to the fire. If you go direct, some of the things that they'll say is like, if you cancel on them too many times, they're probably going to let you go. If you cancel on a signing company too many times, they might let you go. They might not use you anymore. But if you're just canceling every now and then and you have a legit reason, then you'll turn back around and get another notification, say, hey, we got another order. Are you available for this? So they don't hold you not doing stuff for them too much. With the signing companies, with the direct clients, they're putting their eggs in you, and they're like, well, no, I can't make that because I'm supposed to go to the doctor. I got to take my wife somewhere. I got in-laws coming in. I'm supposed to meet them at the train. Well, we got a VIP client coming in at 9:30 that we need the documents notarized. So, I mean, it's you. Remember, you said that you wanted to work with us, because remember, if you're going direct, you are marketing yourself to them. Very rarely are they coming out there looking for you. You're marketing yourself to them, saying, I can provide you a service. I can help you out. Therefore, you need to pick me. And then they pick you, and then you're like, I can't be there. Hmm? I, no, I can't be there. Well, we have this at 9 o'clock. Well, no, that's my kid's first day of school. I always take them the first day. Well, you just going to have to get somebody else to take them because you need to be here. I mean, if you can't be here, if this is too much for you, we can always find someone else there. And that's the kind of stuff they'll say to you. So I think y'all get the point of what I'm trying to say, is that it's nothing wrong with being direct. It's nothing wrong with being a signing service. Which model does your area support? Do you live in an area that can support providing you with, let's just say, 35, 40 closings a month as a direct? You can get 35, 40 as a signing service, but can you get that as direct? If you can, cool. If you can't, then you got to find another way to bring in revenue. How much are you trying to bring in? So all of those are questions that you have to ask yourself. And all I'm saying is, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, and make sure that if you decide to go direct, you're not a crappy notary, that you're not sitting up there always forgetting stuff, always doing stuff wrong, start trying to explain and interpret the documents, which you're not supposed to be doing, going way overboard and doing too much. And then you're like, hey, pick me. I'm going to go direct, and I'm going to provide you with great service. If you can't do great service as with the signing companies, you're not going to do it with the direct people. It's that simple. Just like the direct people who can't get their documents on time and coordinate things properly when they was working through a signing company, are not going to do magically just flip over to doing things right now that they have parted ways from a signing company and they're working directly with notaries. Their personality is their personality. And if you think that just because you're working directly with them, that that's supposed to just magically change, I don't think so. So I think that's all I have to say on this topic. I'm for both signing companies and direct. It's that simple. As long as I'm directly getting picked and I don't have to worry about clicking on I'm available. Companies will call me directly, and I have a lot of companies that do. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. That means they like me. That means they got there's something good about what I'm doing that they like, and they want to work directly with me. So I would have to say that I am direct with certain people because I have done a great job during my signing service era. And because of that, it laid the groundwork for some great seeds. I planted some good seeds, and now the harvest is coming. I would, matter of fact, just back it, not even the harvest. Things are starting to sprout. The harvest ain't here yet for this here. So I appreciate y'all listening to me. Feel free to share. Feel free to comment. I really want to hear your comments and everything. Well, I can't hear. Well, see your comments or read the comments. But again, tonight I'm just talking. I'm just talking because it's been asked of me multiple times. So thank y'all very much for your time. Sorry that it had was what 40 some minutes. But if you think I missed something or didn't expound on something, feel free to make a comment in the thing down there, and I will respond and clarify anything that I may have misclarified, may have misspoken on, as well as if I need to do another video to clarify, that's not a problem. Okay. But thank y'all very much. Y'all have a good one. Peace.